So would you believe it? I am in my first DOT inspection here in Santa Clarita, California. They pulled me in. My tractor passed and my logs were good. Everything was good on my part. But the trailer had a slow leak in the air hose, one of the green hoses there. It had a little slight puncture and it was making a slight hissing noise. But anyway, I got my sticker for my windshield. It shows that my tractor passed DOT inspection. It's good for 2.5 months. It's supposed to be good for 3 months, but it's actually 3 actual months, not 90 days. So it's like the rest of June, July, then August. Then that thing expires. But it's kind of cool having that sticker. That shows that I'm good to go. My tractor's good to go for a while. So I gotta hand it to you. You know, I don't think I did anything wrong. But when you get pulled in, you get rattled a little bit because you don't know what they're gonna find. You don't know what they're gonna be nitpicky at or whatever. You know, I've heard some horror stories from other people that got pulled in and they started nitpicking how much pre-trip and post-trip they were doing and whatnot. So you know, it all depends on who you get as an inspector and what kind of mood they're in. You know, unfortunately, it's not like set in stone how they're going to inspect you every single time, but they are going to check for certain things. The necessary things, they're going to check all of those things, but some they may add more, some they may take it easy a little bit. You know, there was a officer in training when I was going through this, so there was a senior and then a junior that was inspecting together. So they were extra thorough on me. But it's cool. I mean, you know, I'm glad I got the sticker. And I'm glad that this inspection is over, except now I have to wait for maintenance to show up from my company to put in a DOT splice on the punctured hole in the air hose underneath the trailer next to the tandem. And basically going to cut it, put the splice in, you know, join the two tubes together, and I should be good to go. It shouldn't be a major thing. It should be fairly quick. So yeah, that's the update. Starting off the week again with drama. Hopefully it smooths out and it gets better. Whew. See that green line? You can't even hear the hiss because of the traffic noise outside. This is where they have a pinhole puncture and the air is leaking very slowly. The green line here, the green air hose line. This line is attached to the tandems here in the rear of the trailer, in between the wheels here. So this is what they call a DOT splice here, where they attach the two ends of the hoses together, and where they have that puncture, they're going to have to cut that line and then bring it together again with a DOT splice again. And then this will repair it and I can get on the road. Until then, I can't get on the road. So I made it to Northern California after that DOT inspection, and one thing I realized was that when I was going through the scale, there were 3 lanes. The left lane says empty trailer. So if you have an empty trailer, you go on the left. The middle lane said empty or loaded. And then the right lane said loaded. Now, when I was approaching there, everybody that was loaded was going towards the middle. And the people that were empty obviously go on the left. But everybody was going in the middle. Nobody was going to the right lane. It's almost like they all had experience and they knew exactly what was going to happen. And then when I went to the right lane, sure enough, the people standing there flagged me over. So first I thought, oh, my weight must be over the limit. But, you know, it couldn't have been. So I was kind of shocked. So when they pulled me over, I said, am I over the limit? Was my weight a problem? And they said, no, we're doing a DOT inspection. You're fine with your weight. So I was like, oh, okay. But the thing that was good was that I finally got that DOT inspection out of the way. So they put a sticker on my window and I'm good for 2.5 months. The rest of June and then July and August, I'm good. So it basically gives me a free pass pretty much. But they said, we could still inspect you, but chances are they're not going to inspect me with that sticker there because, you know, it says I'm good. In a way, it's good. I'm glad I experienced it. They were being extra nitpicky because the supervisor was training the junior, and she was going through and they were making sure everything was thorough. That hose problem wasn't really even a problem. You know, it was like it wasn't even a pinhole size hole, and the air was barely leaking. And that air is actually, from what I found out from the mechanic, was that air has nothing to do with the brakes, basically. It actually provides air for the tires. So if the tire pressure goes low, it supplies air for the tires. And I must have driven about, I don't know, like 50, 60 miles already, and I had no air problems whatsoever. So it was one of those things. So technically
it is a problem because there's air leaking, but it didn't actually hinder my driving or put a danger to my vehicle. But the law is the law, you know, air's leaking, so they have to make sure that I'm not back on the road until I fix it. I get it, you know, they have to enforce the law. I felt like they were being a little bit nitpicky, but it is what it is. It won't go on my record. They said it's not going to go on my record, and I'm not going to get a CSA violation or anything like that. In terms of my truck, my tractor, you know, I passed with flying colors. You know, they put that sticker on right away. They said I was fine, you know, everything was great. But it was a trailer that had a problem, and who would have known that air would leak like that? It's crazy, you know. Like you can't even hear the leak until you get under there with the creeper. You know, you lay down in that thing and you go, you know, you roll down and then you could hear that. You know, it's like it's crazy. So anyway, it is what it is. Unfortunately, I got delayed like I don't know how many hours. Jeez, a long time there. Yeah, never ceases to amaze me. There's always some kind of drama every week. Every week in this job, there's some kind of drama. So just a warning for all of you that are getting into it or are thinking about getting into it. It's not smooth sailing or anything like that. It's bumpy. You have to have the stomach for it. So. It was one of those days again. I thought that last week was challenging. This week is challenging. You know, I had the DOT yesterday. Today, I almost lost it. Let's put it that way. Because a place I normally go to take about 30 to 40 minutes. I'm in and out, and they're pretty efficient there because I think they know they have those problems, and they preset your load up. And you just go in, drop your empty, and pick up your loaded, and you're on your way. So for the most part, it's pretty good. You know, it's pretty smooth. Today, it wasn't smooth. They were falling behind. They had delays because of internet issues. They had delays because of some loaders and people that work in the warehouse didn't show up, and they were behind. I mean, majorly behind. We're talking, I don't know. Normally, there's like, you know, several trucks here and there on the lot. Today we probably had like 36 trucks just piled up. It's not a huge lot either. It was piled up all the way out into the street. And when I got there, my load was supposed to be ready, but it wasn't ready. So I had to do what they call a split load. So I had to go to one location, put in a few pallets there, go to another location, and fill up the rest of the truck. It was from the security all the way to the shipping clerk, pins and needles, you know, because usually they don't have to deal with this much drama. Usually they deal with like, you know, a little bit of annoying things here and there, but everybody was upset. Everybody was upset. One, the truckers, they all had to wait. You know, we had to wait. What normally takes me 30 to 40 minutes, it took me 5.5 hours today, you know? I was about to lose it because I didn't know this, but different forklift drivers were loading different docks. Unfortunately, I got a forklift driver who was either preoccupied or busy doing something else or something. I don't know. I didn't start getting loaded until 2 trucks that came after me got loaded and left. So I was sitting there, I'm going, what's going on? These guys came in after me, they got loaded and they left. And I went to say something to the shipping clerk and she got upset at me. She's like, you're getting loaded, your light's on, you know, you're getting loaded. I'm like, no, I'm not getting loaded. They didn't put anything in the trailer yet, so I'm not getting loaded. But she was, you know, she wasn't having any of it. It's not her fault either. I just wanted to make a point. So I asked her, maybe you can tell the forklift driver, like, what's going on? Can we hurry it up a little bit or something? I don't know. I don't know how their system works over there, but she couldn't do that. And so I was sitting there. I was sitting there going, losing my mind. I guess I like the idea of first come, first serve, you know? But, so I got pushed to the edge basically mentally. And normally I have a huge capacity. And this is one of those things I realized. If somebody like me that usually can handle a lot of like BS feels like I'm gonna lose it, I'm sure there's a lot of people out there, you know, losing it. And then imagine like you're so riled up and so upset and then you go out on the road. I mean, you're only gonna be a danger on the road at that point, you know? It's like a weird domino effect where one bad thing and another bad thing, another bad thing, and then all of a sudden, you know, I don't know, maybe an accident or like a bad situation where you have an altercation or something, you know what I mean? And it all kind of starts off with these kind of situations, but at the end of the day, yeah, we're still responsible. Like we have to know how to handle that, you know. But I don't know, your average Joe, your average person working their butt off, you know, driving the truck and doing what he's doing, and then all of a sudden, guess what? You know, everything during the day is not going his way or her way, and then you go out on the road and you're ticked off. Anything could trigger you at that point. I actually apologized to her. I said, sorry if I gave you too much negative energy. because I already know she's stressed out. You know, this isn't a normal day for her. And but then I was very demanding. I was saying, hey, what's going on? You know, like normal me, like back in the day me, yeah, like younger me, yeah, that I would have probably, you know, got a little bit more confrontational, a little bit more aggressive, you know. Yeah, and I think, like, was it warranted? Yeah, I think it was warranted, you know, but at the end of the day, that's probably not the right path. You know, the right path is to probably have some empathy, you know, which I'm very bad at. Have some empathy towards that person, and know that they're going through a lot of BS, and then do my best to, because you know what, we wait, we don't want to wait. You know, I should have been in my destination this evening, but I'm 4 hours I'm 5 hours away from my destination. I had to shut down because I ran out of time. You know what I mean? Crazy. You know, it's crazy. Anyway, so yeah, it's a rough day today. Today is only Wednesday, so we'll see how the rest of the week goes. I'll keep you guys posted. Hopefully it's not as crazy as day 1 and day 2. Okay, I'm here at Taft Highway, 119 off the 5, right off the 5. And I had probably the best tacos in a while from these guys here. I'll show you in a second. But this place is right next to a Chevron gas station and right next to the Pilot. So you got the Arco and the Pilot here. This is where I park here, the truck parking. And the Pilot sign isn't even lit up here. But anyway, it is a Pilot. But the gas station here is on Arco. And then right here on this side is a Chevron. And then we got, they got a little menu here, right? It is legit, really good tacos. Tortillas are bomb. They do a good job. And the food truck is right here. I talked to those guys, really nice guys. You guys want to wave hi? Yeah. Yeah. So this place is good. The tacos are good. The food is good here. Horchata's good. Everything was bomb. It was really delicious. So I highly recommend it. I think they're from Hidalgo. Maybe. All right. Yeah, so that taco stand, I should have actually took a video or pictures of the food, but I dug right in as soon as it came out. So sorry, I didn't get any photos of it. But they're open from, they said about 1 o'clock in the afternoon to about 11 o'clock at night. So if you're in the area, check them out. Taft Highway, 119, and the 5 freeway, right off the 5 freeway on the Chevron parking lot. By the way, that is in Bakersfield, just in case you don't know where Taft Highway is. And it's about 20 minutes north of the bottom of the Grapevine. Probably 20 plus minutes or so. 119 Taft Highway. I'm here in Wilmington, California, and there was a food truck here selling pupusas. So I got some pupusas. Hopefully they're good. This has got to be the craziest drop ever. Got the recycling plant. This is me at the recycling plant. There's all this dust particles, glass particles, cardboard particles. It was bad. So one of the things that people were concerned about is their pay. And a lot of times I've noticed that certain assignments don't get recorded or closed out properly. It's weird. Like sometimes they're relays, sometimes they're like when you're carrying an empty trailer and you're going deadhead. Sometimes it's non-freight related, but often, probably now about once a week or so, I've had one assignment or two assignments that just don't get recorded properly. So the thing that you need to do, if you're, and this is for Schneider people, if you are a Schneider person and you notice that your pay is a little bit short here and there once in a while, the thing that you need to do with their new updates on their Compass app, they made it easier for you to do this, you know. So as soon as your assignment is over and you close it out, it says successful, completed, and the check mark shows up. Then you go to Compass, probably give it about 10-15 minutes or so, or maybe 30 minutes. Go to Compass and then go to Tools and then look at Work History. Make sure that ST number, that assignment is there. That's important, okay? And then after you verify that, if it's not there, then you need to contact somebody. You need to contact your DTL and say, hey, I completed this assignment and it's not showing up on my completed assignments and it's not showing up on my pay estimator. And they need to close it out properly, or they need to do whatever they need to do. Sometimes they'll say, you know what, you had no trailer associated with it. You had, that one wasn't showing up properly. Whatever it may be, they have to, fix it. They have to fix it for you because you don't have the power to fix it. So they'll fix it for you. And sometimes they'll ask you for your trailer number on top of your ST number. And then you need to let them know sometimes from where to where, on what day and what time you went. Okay, just, it's annoying, but, you just be ready with that information if you contact them. Now, if your completed assignment shows up on your work history, then the next thing you do is go to your pay estimator and make sure the miles are recorded there, and also make sure that you have a new estimated total that reflects the miles that you drove. Okay, because sometimes you'll do like a 300-mile trip and all of a sudden it shows that you only drove 26 miles. No, it's 300. You have to get paid for 300, not 26 miles. You know what I'm saying? So you have to make sure that that pay estimator reflects the amount of miles you drove, and the work history shows that you completed that assignment. Okay? If it doesn't show up on the pay estimator, then you need to contact them and say, hey, can you make sure that this ST number got closed out properly, because it's not showing up on my pay estimator. It shows on my work history that it was closed out, but it's not showing up. Anyway, those are the steps that you need to take. Make sure you contact your DTL to let them know that this wasn't closed out properly, or that's not showing up. You get to those by using your Compass. Your Compass, you could get it on the web page. You could do it on your phone app or tablet app, and then log in and click, right? So Compass app, Tools, work history, and then Compass app, Tools, pay estimator. Make sure after each assignment, just check it. It's annoying, I know it is, but it's better than having to fish for it later. How come my pay's not, what it's supposed to be? How come I'm like $200-300 short? I don't understand. How come I don't have the right amount of miles? Those are questions a lot of people ask. I don't think they're doing this deliberately, because it's just too random. Like sometimes the reasons why it didn't get closed out is just too random. So there's not like a pattern to it or anything like that. So I don't think somebody's being, malicious or conniving in the background, trying to pinch pennies here and there, try to hit their quarterlies or something. It's not like that. It's just that the system is a little bit glitchy, unfortunately, and we're on the receiving end of that glitch, and so it's not good. It's like this. It's like when you let somebody borrow $80, and then he pays you a bunch of 5s and 10s. Yeah, is it rude to count? No, you should count it and just make sure everything's there, right? If you go to a restaurant and you give them a $100 bill and they give you like $82 and change back, is it rude to count? No, you have to make sure that you got everything. Now, when it comes to your pay, double check after every assignment. Work history, pay estimator. Double check after that to make sure that you got paid. If you didn't get paid, then you need to notify somebody, and don't wait till later. Notify them, give it about an hour or 2 hours max to make sure that the system, registers it. Because sometimes you'll complete an assignment and it won't show up right away because there's a delay. It's like that with things on the internet. So yeah, just a heads up for you guys maybe having issues with some of your pay at Schneider. Yeah, hopefully that helps. So here's the crazy story. I'm basically driving in Sacramento. I'm going straight on the far right lane, and then usually there on the right side you have the on-ramp where people that want to get on the 5 freeway will come on, right? So I have to be careful that I don't hit this person coming on. So I went ahead and I started driving up the 5, concentrating on the right lane, and my lips felt dry. So I started licking my lips like this, just because I was too lazy to pull out the chapstick and put on the chapstick on my lips. So I was doing this. Okay. At that point on the right side, we had a car coming up pretty fast, trying to merge onto traffic. So they either have to speed up or slow down, and either get in front or get behind, because I'm pretty much going at a consistent speed right there, right? So this car is coming on, and so my peripheral vision on the right side, I see this this car coming really fast. And right at that point, as I was licking my lips like this to, make sure that they're not dried out, I went ahead and turned to make sure that this car is not gonna, be a danger. It's gonna either slow down or speed up, and I don't have to worry about it, and I can adjust accordingly. Right when I turned, the girl, she must have been like 25 or 30 years old. I don't know. She looked pretty young. She's driving. She's really focused on the road, going fast, trying to pass me up on the on-ramp. She's in a small car, so, that's what she should be doing. So she's accelerating and going. And right then, as we get close, and I turn to look at her, she turns really fast and deliberately looks like this. And it was a weird moment, because usually when you look at the car and they look at your truck, it's just kind of in passing, and you're just, but at that moment, in a weird way, we locked eyes. It was like, it's like that moment where and she looked at me, I looked at her, but the disgusting thing was, I was going, wetting my lips. And so the girl freaks out. She's like, and slows down the car and goes behind me. She was right about to pass me and go, but she saw this old creepy Asian man licking his lips, going, staring at her, locking eyes with her, So, what a horrible story, huh? And, I had no gross intent or anything like that at all. I was just, zoned out, driving, kind of going, lick my lips, make sure it's not drying out. That was it. And I turned, make sure that car's not going to hit me. That was it. And what should have been no big deal, I ended up feeling horrible about the situation. I'm probably going to give her nightmares. Yeah, that was, like a unfortunate situation that arose from unforeseen circumstances, which were totally accidental, which had no ill will or deliberate energy behind it whatsoever. So yeah, just when you're driving, just be careful. Just be careful what you're doing and what happens and who you're doing that to. So yeah, it was a mistake. Sacramento, northbound. I don't know what time it was. It was Friday. If you were that girl, I sincerely apologize. I'm not that kind of a guy, really. Yep. What's going on, my people? So, what a crazy week, huh? I want to quickly share what I got for Father's Day here. Look at that. I dropped big loads. Yep, I dropped big loads. This is what my kids got me for Father's Day. That's how appreciative I am. Anyway, yeah, there's a weird tape thing. I watched this thing and that's kind of strange. Anyway, so this week has been crazy, as you know, and I only ended up with about 1,800 miles. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get weeks like this, but it's happening a little bit more often than I would like. So hopefully next week it'll get better. And it's not really that bad, but I just set my standards a little higher. My bar's a little higher than other people. So I think other people would say, oh, that's a good week. That's a good week working for this dedicated. But for me, it's not a good week. I need more miles. I need more miles, and I need to make more money. I don't want to waste time here. I don't want to just work for what I'm getting paid right now. I need to get more miles in. So anyway, despite all the drama, we try to stay positive. We try to stay proactive, and hopefully next week is going to be a better week. I'm going to share some AI songs after this video too, so that you guys can tell me what you think about those. And most of my trips this week have been to NorCal and back, and I haven't gone to Phoenix this week, but it was still hot up there towards the end of the week. It started off kind of cool, and there was a point where I actually needed a jacket because it was so cool, cold. But the thing is that I have a problem with getting too cold. Sorry, there's a huge wasp here. I have a problem feeling super cold when it just gets a little cooler. And then when it gets a little bit warm, I get super hot. I don't know. My wife says it's menopause. I don't know. But it's whatever it is, it sucks because before I could handle different types of weather and climate and stuff, now, it drops like 5-10 degrees and I need a jacket, It gets like 5-10 degrees warm and oh, dude, it's burning hot. I need the AC, Anyway, so that's my week for this week. So hopefully next week is going to be better. And thank you for being on this journey with me. I wish you guys all the best. Stay safe out there. Be smart. Be cautious. Have good timing. Be aware. God bless you. Peace. And I will catch you next week. Cheers.
Make it on time, can you do it for me? Drive like the wind, smooth like a summer breeze. Drive like the wind, you gotta get there for me. Drive like the wind, fly, just fly. Plan it right from the start, defying the odds. Soaring like the wind, east and west, north and south. Will you make it on time? Can you do it for me? In view, engine humming clean. I'm playing those old highway tunes. Every mile, every turn, it's a journey to learn. Go conquer each mile.